Here is why my 2021 F-150 Limited is better than your 2023 F-150 Limited. And it starts with some features that, for those of you that know, if you know, you know. And if you don't know and you just bought this truck or that truck, and you might not realize it. But for someone like me who is extremely detailed, I notice very much the small things, and it might be big for some, it might be small for others. But in this video, I'm going to show you a few things that make my 2021 truck better than your brand new truck. And I'll start with the first one being the heated steering wheel. So my truck has this beautiful button here where it will heat the steering wheel. It's not anything to get too crazy about, but it's a nice feature. You're buying the highest trim F-150 there is, and I'm very grateful for it. Now that I've had it, it's actually, in winter times, it is a lifesaver. I mean, it's so nice when I do the auto start. It automatically, when the temperature's cold outside, it automatically heats the steering wheel, in addition to obviously the heated seats, obviously. But that's one that you'll find missing in the new F-150. So you'll notice this button gone. You'll notice this button kind of fills it in as one big button. But I found that very interesting, that the heated steering wheel is no longer there. Another thing that you will notice, and again, some people might notice, some people might not, but down to the smallest details. So on my truck here, you'll see the climate controls. When I turn it on, it will have a nice little clear display there that, you know, tells me the temperatures that I'm setting it for and whatnot. And I think that's really cool. But you'll notice on the new F-150 or on your new F-150, you won't have this screen. In fact, you'll just have this little power icon, and I think that one will just be blank. But rather, what they've done is this information, they were forced to essentially display it on the main screen here. So you'll see the temperature written here rather than, for me, where it pops up. It'll just kind of by default be sitting up here, and you won't have this little screen. I mean, again, it's the details, but it's not the end of the world. But once you know that's what's happening, I think it would kind of bother me. And number 3, another thing that makes my 2021 F-150 Limited better than your 2023 F-150 Limited, Platinum, whatever, high trim F-150. This one is probably the biggest one. This one, I will say, is the biggest one, and it's the massage seat feature. Now, I'm a driver. I have almost 43,000 miles on my F-150, or a little over 43,000 miles. So I drive this thing, and for long road trips and drives, especially paired with the Blue Cruise, this thing is actually really nice. And in comparison to even, you know, like my Mercedes, the massage seats, whereas before they were kind of just very, you know, they were just kind of like seat vibrators, or hardly really, you know, hardly a massage. I will say in this generation, Ford very much improved the massage feature, and I would say it's very much on par or close to par to the Mercedes. It has you have different modes from the back to the top, and you can kind of hear that it kicks on. But yeah, my 2021 F-150 has a full suite of massage features for both the driver and passenger, whereas the newer ones don't. And I think that sucks, because when they didn't reconcile the pricing to reflect like massively, I think it's like literally a few hundreds of dollars from what I've heard. So it's pretty ridiculous when you're buying the Limited, especially, or even, you know, the Platinums or fully spec'd out, whatever. I mean, you don't have these items, which kind of at least make me feel that much better for spending this much on a truck. I would say I would be really upset if I bought a new Limited and I don't have the massage features, let alone the heated steering wheel or little things like that. It would very much suck. And now that I've experienced it and I've had it, I'm very eager, or I'm very curious to know. I'm hoping on the next generation, the 2024, when they do that mid-cycle refresh, I'm hoping they bring all this back, and I hope this whole supply chain shortage stuff is just put behind us. And lastly, another one that I don't know how accurate it is because I've heard a mixed bag on them, is the wireless charger. Now this one, as you can see, it's propped up here at a nice little angle. I could live without. It's cool when you hear, you know, it was a new thing a few years ago in cars, wireless car charging. It sounds great, but in the real world, I often use my actual cable because charging is much faster, and on this thing, it charges so slow, and truthfully, I don't even like the position of where this one is. I don't ever really use it. I mean, unless you're in a major pinch, you know, it's nice to have, but yeah, I mean, it does suck for what it's worth. Some of the new ones don't have the wireless car charger, and that's probably, I would say, on the bottom of my list in terms of how serious that is. But again, you're spending all this money on the high trim levels when you're not getting all this little stuff that just make you feel that much better. Frankly, it sucks. So these are a couple of interesting things I've learned and realized how grateful I am for having bought a 21, because typically new years they get better and have more features, but in this day and age, the newer ones are actually not better, and they're missing these features. And funny enough, any, you know, YouTube video or video I see for all the new trucks, be it the new Limited, be it the new Raptor, be it any, you know, newer truck, I notice the first thing I look at is these buttons and these screens. And I'm like, oh man, and all of them don't have it. And it's very bizarre. So hopefully, if I do get my hands on that next refresh, I'm hoping they bring all this back and we get things back to normal. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I just wanted to share with you a couple of interesting things in the day and age of trucks and, you know, supply chain shortages that hopefully are going away. I thought these were very interesting and worth making a video on. So thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for the next one, and I'll catch you guys later.